exercise, how to identify your client values. This spreadsheet is very high-tech, but okay, so you have with you this. I would like that you have to read it a little bit, have a look. Then, this is a very practical exercise. In the meantime that you are revising the things, you can ask to your client, okay, please read this, and please, first step will be select 4 or 5 of below microimplementation advantages. We already said that we have a lot of advantages. Okay, choose the one that fits better with your lifestyle, tastes, needs, and personality. You give the list to the client and you say, okay, take 5 minutes, please. And you disappear or you are doing other things. Allow her to think. Read, and she will select why she's here for. So we can, there is people that is, well, what is matter for her is the warranty. Warranty means that it's efficiency. Microimplementation is something you get. Not it's a slimming process that will take forever for you to get sleep. Microimplementation is something that you do like that. Immediacy, freedom, economy, time saving. If they select some of these are very practical people. Okay. If they select all of them in this box, security, assistance, independence, and self-esteem, they are emotional people. Okay. If they select pride, rejuvenation, renewal, experimenting, pleasure, versatility, they are practical, emotional people. And if they select professional success, social recognition, competitiveness, seduction, confidentiality, or compatibility, they are emotional, practical people. It could be that they select one here, one here, one here, one here, so then you can guess that your client is quite balanced, or is a person that only cares about practical things, or people that cries very easily like me, because we are very emotional people, okay? So, after she chooses the 4 or 5, the second step will be you come here and look and say, okay, please, could you give your marks from 1 to 10 in the choices? 10 means now the most wanted for you, the most needed, or the most requested, and 1 will mean less needed, requested. And that's why you have 2 boxes, one for selection and one for to give the marks. And then the client will tell you, okay, a 10, the thing that is very important for her, an 8, that is quite important, 5, and so, okay? And then you immediately take the list and say, okay, my client is this, that, and that. Okay, good. I can start my consultation with my client now. But after values, we can talk about beliefs. And belief, definition of belief is a psychological state in which an individual holds a proposition or premise that the individual thinks is true. Okay, so it's really true for her, not for us, but probably for her. And if we work in beliefs in microimplementation, we can take this second page also, and after you take this with you, you tell her, okay, I am finishing now preparing the workstation. Would you be so kind, please, to fill this also page in 2-3 minutes, telling me, in the first step, select in the below list 3 or 4 of your main worries, concerns, objections, anxieties, and after she selects 2, 3, 4, again, if she selects these ones, she's a very practical client. If she selects this, she's a very emotional client. And after that, you tell her, okay, good. Now, below your choice, write a paragraph that shows your worries, concerns, objections, anxieties, but use your own words. I am worried because I think blah, 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 okay? And with this, what we will have is a perfect consultation start. Okay. Okay. If you read in the chapter 2 of the book I give you, there's a lot of subjects about this, but this is the basic. Okay. And this is how we can adapt coaching to a micro-implementation interview. Okay, this is part of the consultation protocol. And today also I would like to talk about, in the reputation, let's talk about marketing online. Voy de tiempo, bien. Perfecto. Okay. Okay, and in marketing online, the thing that you have to do to combine to win is all these things. You have to talk about SEO, infographics, social network, okay. A lot of things that you need to combine to win in internet. I have tried. After my master, I decided to do, okay, let's do a web. New web is working since July. Okay. Okay, and this is my web. You can see how I have done it. This is an example. You can select your language here. You speak English or whatever language. I mean, it's not a perfect translation, but it's a good trick. Google already gives you this trick. So you can have all the languages in your web. Just ask to your programmer that he has to build the web to be adapted to all the languages. And obviously, it is not a perfect translation, but you have more 50, 100 languages for all the clients you may have. Okay. So, in this web, what I have worked is in the SEO, okay, SEO, Search Engine Optimization. Okay, now it's the first time you listen to this, but from today you have to learn a lot about SEO if you want to work in reputation. Okay, why SEO is so important? Okay, just some figures for you to see how Google has grown in the last 4 or 5 years. Okay, how many searches? How is the predominance of Google in UK or USA? And for you to know that, obviously, when you type something in the Google, you have to, I suppose that all of you know that this is paid. This is what you can pay to Google. All of this is paid, and this is organic. This is if Google likes you, they put you in the first 10 pages. But you have to understand that people don't click oftenly to the paid. Only 20% of the clicks goes here and here, and 80% of the clicks go here. So okay, obviously you can pay, you can do promotion on certain occasions, and I think it's worth it. But in reality, what you have to work is in the content, okay, to be in the first position. Okay, how can your website compete? Okay, some tricks. I mean, first, contract a good program, but this is nothing we can do. It's only to select the perfect one. But what we can do is to work in the content. Make your content great. You can, it is not good, it's not enough. Must be great, must be surprising, must be delightful, must be produced with extraordinary pictures. Okay, you want to win in the internet, talk about videos, pictures, text, okay? Then, because searchers love great content, and people share great content. And my advice for you is, you must become a hub for a great content in your niche. Your niche is micro-implementation in your city, of your country. And what you need is to find industry blogs that refer you, persons that mention you, people that email about you, that people cited you in conferences and events, that people like and share your content in Facebook, in Twitter, and you participate in forums. And you will be like the center of the micro-implementation in your city. And micro-implementation, I mean, and internet allows you now not to spend too much money in advertising in TV, but to be the center of the micro-implementation in your community. What we have to do to work in the content also is ask to your programmer to give you the analytics. Just once per month, he must tell you how many visits you receive, how many unique visitors, page views, especially time on the site. How much time in each page, because this means that the client takes a lot of time reading about that, and they say, oh, yeah, my client likes this part. Okay, I'm going to do more content in that direction. Okay, obviously also about the bounce rate, that is somebody that arrives saying, this is not for me, go. Or new visits. And when you do this constantly, then you learn about yourself, because even if we do 2 pages, you and me do 2 pages, but people will appreciate in you different things that people appreciate in me, which is your area and your energy around you. It's different, it's about me. And you will attract different clients than me. So everybody has a place. We don't need to compete against each other. What we have to do is to grow, all of us, and to communicate together that everybody knows what microimplementation is finally after 30 years. So in reality, you need to also to work with your content about doing some keywords research. And okay, the keywords is to be in the mind of your client, but sometimes this is very interesting because we are 30 years thinking that the client cares about this or that. And now you see the keywords on the pages that they visit and say, so my client never says this to me. But they stay a lot of time in this page. This means that the client thinks one thing, that she's scared or frightened or shy to say, but in the internet she stays a lot in that part. And with this you will learn about that, and then you will use these keywords to talk with her in the internet. Even in the consultation, because you can bring this to your consultation, because normally perhaps you never has talked about that in your consultation. Okay, keyword density is something that your programmer must tell you. How many times you have to repeat this keyword in your content, because Google constantly changes the rule. So this is the rule perhaps 3 years ago, and now it's changing. So ask to your programmer how many density and in which keyword you need to work. And every language is different. And also, there is something very that I hate that is to see when you click in your pictures, I can see the URL GPG45452. No, we have to call the pictures with the keywords. So this is something that if your programmer doesn't do properly, you can tell him, excuse me, you have to name properly my images in internet. Test and improve. That's that check, see what people like, repeat, okay? Okay, this is a marketing strategies, discover, test, to measure, and repeat what is successful. Okay? And this is mainly what you need to know about SEO, because the content is the part that even if you contract the best programmer in the world, the content is yours, and you have to do the content, okay? So, for me, the content, I have things that I think must be a must in your web. First, the content about text. Always, I suggest to work in a block structure, okay? So if you click in my web, you will see that all my articles are, sorry, okay, I'm done. Okay, here, all my articles are, all the content I do like articles. And you can do the tags here depending on what it is this article about. It's about microimplementation, about advantages, so these are only the keywords. Okay, and then all the content is in a kind of article, so people can chat, just read the starting, and then, for example, you can read microimplementation and coaching is the last article, and this web is for final consumers. It's not for professionals, although I think you can like it, okay? So do this in a blog system, because this is what more Google likes. And also talk about the news. It's important to create a lot of news. Even if you make a report in the TV channel of your neighborhood, also it's important that you are able to have a news part that every week needs to be one. And every week you need to publish a text in your blog. So if you don't do it weekly, you are lost. Okay? Then, let's talk about videos. Videos, we can do videos